Here we go. And this is right on my desk. I just took these shots and sent them to the computer. Here we go. Put it live. Okay, there is my membership card from the Church of Satan. It says Sander LeVay, founder and high priest. Okay, and then typed in Mark Rochar, R-H-O-C-H-A-R. It is the name of a demon from the book known as the Pistis Sophia, or the faith wisdom of the Gnostic tradition. Rochar was a cat demon in one of the torture chambers of hell as described by Jesus in the Pistis Sophia, who tortured certain types of, quote, sinners. Okay, it says underneath that, citizen of the infernal empire, then signature of bearer, Mark Rochar. This was membership card 100,261, which I'm assuming means that is how many memberships they gave out at that point. So you could see it's much larger than that now. And that's how I used to sign my name in almost Palmer method, penmanship. I no longer really write like that. And I had an inverted cross in the bottom of the M, because this is obviously, Catholic grade school Palmer handwriting method, which is no longer basically taught almost anywhere. But you could clearly see that's what it is. Okay? Here's my appointment.
So Anton...
Yeah, go ahead.
Anton LeVay personally
appointed me as a priest. I did not ask for the appointment, ladies and gentlemen. I did not beg LeVay to appoint me priest. He did it on his own because he realized how good of a representative I was at the time of the satanic ideology and how much I was pushing the satanic ideology publicly at the time. He found me and appointed me to priesthood within his organization. And that, let me make it very clear. Priest is the lowest rank of any ranking. There's regular member, and above that, there is priest. There are a couple of additional members above that, including magister and then high priest. Magister is an intermediary priest or an administrative priest. I was not a magister. I certainly wasn't a high priest because there is only one of them in the Church of Satan. And then they have, I believe they have something called a Council of Nine, which is like their council of, people who advise the high priest. Okay. But I was nowhere near up in the higher levels of the hierarchy of the Church of Satan and have never claimed to be. Okay. I was the rank above regular member. He made me a priest, which empowered me to act in the capacity of grotto leader, meaning coven leader. Okay, whatever you want to call, local chapter leader. I was empowered to do all of the functions that the clergy of this organization is empowered to do. And that means I could legally marry people. I still can legally marry people if they want to have a satanic wedding. I can legally baptize people into the religion known as Satanism if I were to be so inclined to do so legally, according to the official United States Charter of officially recognized religious beliefs. And Satanism is one of them. So I never wrote to these people to say, I no longer agree with your ideology. Take me off of your membership ranks. So this is probably news to them. Okay? And they've answered all people who say, do you know who Mark Passio is? No, they don't. They don't have a Mark Passio in their rankings, in their listings. But if they look up Mark Rochar, they sure as damn have him, and that's who I am. Okay? I'm no longer Mark Rochar in my mindset, in my spirituality, and in my knowledge level, in how I look at the world. I'm a completely different being. But Mark Passio and Mark Rochar are the same physical person in life. Okay? So here's my appointment, and it's right on my desk. You could see my MacBook sitting right here in the background, the MacBook Air on the left and my MacBook Pro on the right. From the office of Anton Sander LeVay. I'm going to mute up real quick. Let me switch to Discord and mute. Hold on one second. Mike, just remind me. I got him. I forgot the caller's name. All right. Let me go back to the presentation. Go ahead. All right. Yeah, let's bring that back up. Okay, this is my actual appointment to priesthood. This is a phone photo that I just took on my desk in front of me. There's no editing, nothing. From the office of Anton Sander LaVey, there is his official seal with the, it might be a little bit difficult to make out at the top. If I enhance the contrast, let me do that right in real time. You'll be able to see it better. I'll enhance the contrast, go to format and then image, and let's blow up the sharpness. You'll be able to see the pentagram come out. Let me turn up the shadows. And I'll lower the exposure a little and denoise it. That's about as good as that's going to get, okay? Is that okay? All right. That's about as good as that's going to show that pentagram up top. That's LaVey's pressed seal at the top of the inverted pentagram with the lightning bolt, which represents the Kabbalistic thunderstruck tree, the lightning bolt that he used. He had this actually made as a necklace for himself when he was alive. And it says, "Be it known on this day, March 19th, 32, that counts from the year 1966 as year 1. So what would that make it? That would make it 97. He appointed me in 97 to a priesthood. I was already a Satanist before this, okay? So they could look me up in their registry, and I probably joined back in 95 or so, maybe 96. He appointed me to priest in 97. And I think he died later that year, if I'm not mistaken. Mark Rokar has been appointed to the office of priest of the Church of Satan and is empowered to act in that capacity, signed in marker by hand, Anton Sander LaVey. That's his actual signature. He wrote it on the paper. It's not a stamp. Okay? Next, the letterhead from the Church of Satan, okay, with Blanche Barton's signature. Mr. Mark Rokar, dear Mark Rokar, Dr. LaVey has been favorably impressed with the skill and mastery you have shown in various opportunities to represent the Church of Satan and Satanism in general. You have proven yourself to be magically and materially adept. Therefore, he felt it was high time you were granted the title of priest in recognition of your dedication, knowledge, and ability. Congratulations, Reverend Rokar. Please keep us abreast of your activities, interviews, and musical releases, which is one of the ways he became aware of my existence, because I was in a signed musical band that espoused the satanic ideology, a death metal band called Insanity, which was signed to Unisound Records in Greece. We were picked up by a European label that put out a lot of death metal and black metal at the time. I was in a signed band, and we released a full-length album that was released on Digipack from Unisound Records. It was called Divine Decomposition, from Insanity. And that's how he became aware of me. And then I wrote for fanzines, which was a big way of, reviewing bands and putting articles out there, or getting in touch with like-minded people. They're called fan magazines, fanzines for short. It was a big thing in the 80s and 90s, okay? Younger people don't know what that is. Some older people or middle-aged people, I should say, will know fanzines and probably be very familiar with them from back in the 80s and 90s, okay? And then it says, may the fires of hell continue to strengthen and inspire you. Hail Satan, Blanche Barton, Anton LaVey's mistress / significant other at the time, whatever you want to refer to her as, his significant other, okay? I took these photos on air and posted them live. Okay? Nothing was scanned. Nothing was edited or doctored. All right? You don't want to believe it? Fuck you.